Steve, it's been a year as first team manager at Kilmarnock Football Club. How would you sum up the past 12 months?
I think the last 12 months has been rewarding. I think we've all put a lot of hard work into it, and I feel the club is certainly on a better level than it was when I first arrived last October.
When you were unveiled as manager, you said you were here to try and provide stability. Has the past year exceeded your own expectations for what could happen for Kilmarnock as well as you personally?
Well, I think if you listen to a lot of my press conference when I came in, I did say that I didn't come with any expectations. I knew obviously the club was struggling. That's normally why there's a mid-season change of manager. I felt that I could bring something to the club that would help them to find a little bit of stability. The past problems with the owners and big disconnect between the club and the supporters, which ultimately means that there's a disconnect between the supporters and the team, was something that we had to address and we had to try and put right. But the only way we could put that right was to start to win football matches, and thankfully that turned out to be the case.
Together we are stronger has been your mantra throughout. Do you sense that message has been adopted by everyone at the club as well as the supporters?
Yeah, I think so. But I think also I'm a football person, so I realise that you can have all them little mantras and little sayings that you want, but if you're not winning matches on the pitch, nothing's really going to come together. So it was important, okay, we put out the little "Together we are stronger" mantra. One of the reasons I did that was when I felt and heard the reaction of the crowd from the Hibs game. I mentioned it so many times last year, but was really important because at the start of that game, when we fell behind to Hibs, you could sense the crowd were a little bit agitated and wanted to get on the back of the supporters. And I think because they had a new manager in the building, they didn't quite do that. And in the second half, or towards the end of the first half really, the whole of the second half, they saw the effort of the team. And I came off the pitch thinking, we'd been gubbed 3-0 at home, and yet the supporters had a really positive reaction towards the team, and I think that was a big step in the evolution of the club and the team at that time.
You've said our achievements have came through good players and hard work. Just how enjoyable is it to work with this group of lads?
It's good. I've enjoyed working with all the players really through my career. I like coaching, I like working. I just feel maybe in Scottish football, not just particularly here at Kilmarnock, that there is an honesty to the game that is quite refreshing, having worked with some more cynical players and more cynical staff down south, where there tends to be the more money that's in the game, the more cynical people can be. Up here, it's been really refreshing, honest group of lads. And like I said, it's not great rocket science in football, it's hard work, and if you've got good players, you've always got a chance.
Your assistant, Alex Dyer, likes to keep out the limelight a little bit, but I think the supporters can really see just the effect that he has on the players. How big of effect has he had as well? Best
decision I made was to bring Alex up here to Kilmarnock. He's a good foil for me. Obviously I'm the happy, cheery one, and Alex is a little bit dour and miserable at times. But the lads seem to love him, I don't know why.
Is there a standout, memorable moment for you in the past year?
No, obviously some really good results. I think the 1-1 draw at Celtic Park early in the rain, when Jordan Jones scored a terrific goal to get us a point at Celtic Park, I think was important for me as a manager, because I'd actually spoken at half time about how we could get back into the game. I'd actually spoken to Jordan about showing his personality on the pitch, and I think all that came together in the second half against Celtic, and suddenly the players probably had half an idea that I might know what I'm talking about, and that was a key moment. But I think the best moment really was and it wasn't the best game, and it was the last game of the season here at Rugby Park, when I just felt that the whole atmosphere was so positive. You could feel the happiness in the crowd, and I think that was a big moment for us. It was good to finish the the post-split fixtures were a win, albeit against a weakened Hearts team, but we still had to go out there, and I thought we played some good stuff on the day. And at the end of that game, I just felt that we'd come a long way in a very short space of time.
Our next match is away against St Mirren. We don't have a match this weekend. How are you going to celebrate your anniversary here?
Like I do most times when I give myself a couple of days off, I'm going to go down south. I'm going to see my grandson. Hopefully I'll see the rest of my children on Sunday. They'll come round for a family meal. We'll have a nice family meal and look forward to the rest of this season.
Now, this club has naturally been part of your life for more than just the past year. Obviously your brother Paul playing for the club and your family ties before becoming manager. As the club moves towards its 150th anniversary, just what does Kilmarnock Football Club mean to you?
Obviously Kilmarnock Football Club has been a big part of my life, because when I was a young boy I used to come and watch Paul play and train here. My brother Michael actually played a couple of reserve games here, and both of them never big Kilmarnock fans, so it's a good connection to the Clarke family. It's nice to come here and work for the club. Don't forget I didn't play for them as a player. I played for St Mirren when I was up here in Scotland. But as a professional, I came here to do a good job. I think I've done half decent so far, and hopefully I can continue to do a decent job for the football club in the future.
Now, we've got little doubt that all Kilmarnock fans have enjoyed your time here in the past year. What are your hopes in the next 12 months for this club?
No, just to build, I know it's boring, but just to build slowly on what we've done. Like I said, I feel as though we've come a long way in a very short space of time last season. I know I said no expectations, but when you come to a club that's bottom of the table with 3 points from the first 8 games, you don't really expect to finish with 59 points. So that was a big step forward. And just to, like I said, stability is key. No big dramas. Try to build the squad was a big part of our idea to build the club, was to tie up a lot of players on longer term contracts to keep them here, to give the dressing room a feeling of stability as well, so that you've got a lot of the same old faces here this year. Maybe 1 or 2 of them that played and did fantastic for me last year are not involved at the moment, but will be involved at some stage in the future this season. And it's important to have people like that around the dressing room who understand what I'm about, who understand what Alex is about, and who understand the message that we try to put across to them, hopefully to make the football club stronger, better, and hopefully to bring a little bit more success, more tangible success to the club in the future.